Alright, so this is a review for Tally-Ho playing cards. In my video, tell me what you want reviewed. I got probably most requests for this, so I'll do it first, and also because I've played around with Tally-Ho cards for a while now, like over a year for these, so I know what they feel like, and I can give you guys a good idea of whether or not they're good to buy and whatnot. So I have a brick of circle backs and only 3 of these. I got these last year for Christmas, and I got these this year for Christmas. So I'll do these 2 decks, just so there's like contrast and whatnot. The blue and the red circle backs are exactly the same, except for back color. Alright? Now, we'll start off. The box for both just says Tally-Ho number 9, whatnot. On the front, Linoid finish, A. Doherty, whatever that means. Regular U.S. patent official, trademark official, whatnot. Linoid finish, or however you say that, on the side of the boxes there. U.S. Playing Card Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. This is how I know these are the old ones, because the company is no longer in Ohio. Which sucks, because the old ones are 10 times better than the new ones, or at least from what I've heard. Boxes are exactly the same, top, number 9, blue seal, all that jazz. Okay, set those off to the side. Now, start off with the blue deck. There's the fan back. That's what it looks like up close. Okay, let you guys get a good view of that. Looks really elegant. Now, the aces are all the same as bikes, and so are the face cards, the court cards, except for the ace of spades and the joker there. Okay? Ace of spades, this is the best ace of spades in any deck of cards. Okay? It is really a nice combination of words and design there. Looks really elegant without being like overpowering. It kind of reminds me of the Dan and Dave Smoke and Mirrors ace of spades, because it has like an elegant design, but it's not like too much on a card. Like, I thought that arcanes and like stuff like that, those looked a little bit too much for me. So there's that regular fan back on there, and the joker is of a guy screaming Tally-Ho, who has a foxtail in his hand, because Tally-Ho is what people used to say when they were hunting foxes or something like that. I don't know the exact story, but that's all I know. Now, interesting little note here. All Tally-Ho decks do come with 2 jokers, but the other jokers are just guarantee cards. So that's the other joker. I actually got rid of that in my fan back deck because, I don't know, I just didn't like it. I still don't like it in the red back deck. I was kind of disappointed. I wish that they had put 2 of these in there, because if you have 2 of these, they make for good sandwich effects and stuff like that, because spectators can't tell the difference. Like if I was doing it with this, and I went, okay, so let's say I have these 2 cards here, and I went, alright, 1 joker, 2 joker, and I set them over here. Say I was doing something, and I went like this. Okay, there's 1 joker, there's 2 jokers, and they're like, okay, wait, just a second ago you had this kind of joker. It just, if your spectator's paying attention, they'll notice that, and that's not good. So, just a little note on that. The 2 aces are exactly the same, ace of spades, just different backs. Okay, give you a quick close-up on the back of these. These are less stuff going on than on this back, but these look really cool in things like a pirouette. Okay, and if I can do it, a thumb spin. There it was, but just messed up that time. One more try. Yeah, kind of. Keeps falling off, but whatever. Okay, so that's quick about the cards. All the other cards are exactly the same. Let me try and get this in view here. All the other cards are exactly the same. Court cards and everything. Just when I say exactly the same, I mean like as a regular bike deck, because that's probably what most people use. Now we'll get into handling. The first thing I notice about these cards is that they are really, really soft. Nice edges, stuff like that. The edges don't get many crimps in them, like with these. These have a few, but I've had these for over a year, and I think that's pretty good condition for having used these for over a year, especially considering that these are like my favorite cards. Really soft, nice riffles and stuff like that. Dribbles and all that jazz feel good. These do get, I noticed it more with these, but they do get bent pretty easily. I mean, you can take the bend out, like, you can see there's a bend facing that way, but if I do like one spring, it's facing the other way now. Just so that's kind of annoying that they get bent a little bit. Now, when I say the cards are soft, just go back to this point, I really think they're comparable to a Ghost deck from Illusionist. Because for those of you that do have Ghost decks, they are really soft, okay? And although the Tally-Ho cards are not as thick, obviously, because Illusionist cards are made on like a double thick stock or something like that. I don't know exactly what it is. But they are like the same softness. Edges feel really good. That's on both decks. Okay, and the stock. The circle backs feel a little bit thicker right now, but that's probably just because this deck is really worn in and these are not. Alright. It's somewhere in between bikes and studs. It's thicker than studs, but a little bit thinner than bikes, or about the same as bikes. I really like that because studs are alright, but I like a bit thicker cards, but I don't like cards that are too thick like the Illusionist decks, except for the Ghost. I don't know why I like that deck, but I do. Maybe because it's only $4. Now we'll get into handling. In terms of Magic, these cards are really good because nice handling. Backs look elegant, not boring, like regular bikes. Those get a little bit boring after a while. In the hands, Ripple Shuffles feel good. Things like fans, okay, and spreads. Those are very nice and even. Good turnovers. Cards hold together pretty well. Let's see, cards are thin, so people won't notice very much of a difference in like triple lifts and things like that. Cards feel very good in palm. The edges don't like cut into your hands or anything like that. And since the cards are pretty thin, you can relax your hand a little bit without fear of the cards like popping out and whatnot. Everything is the same between these two decks in terms of handling. I'm just using this deck because it's a little bit more broken in, so you can get an idea of what it feels like once you've used it for a little bit. Okay, for things like controls, let's say the 9 of Hearts. Passes are good, nice and quick. Try this kind of bad angles here, but 9 of Clubs. Cascade control works really good. Looks good in color changes, like clip shift. Okay. Everything with this deck looks pretty good. In terms of Magic, and we'll come to this one, for flourishing and stuff like that. For cuts and stuff, this deck holds together really nicely. This is probably the #1 deck that people that flourish a lot do use, so for those of you that are more into flourishes, you'll probably want to get these decks. Whoops. Haven't been flourishing lately. Whatever. Flourishing looks good. Cards hold together nicely for cuts. Nice even spreads and fans and things like that. They're slick, like they spread nicely, but they're not too slick to where you can't do difficult moves like arm spreads, like they're not moving around too much and things like that. It's hard to do some of the stuff sitting at a table, but you get the drift. So for flourishing, these are probably the best cards you can buy. I mean, you'll pay a little bit more than bikes, but they are really good for that. And we'll do quick in terms of table work. Here, I'll Stevens Cull a queen for you. Okay, and stack it for 5-handed poker game. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so that was a Stevens Cull. You'll see a video on that soon. Really good for gambling and things like that. Okay, the second deal. Okay, that was a terrible second deal, but I'm trying to finish this video before I hit 10 minutes. We'll end it right now. Overall, these decks are 10 out of 10. You'll love tallies probably no matter who you are, unless you're on crack or something like that. Very good for the price. They're only like $2 a deck. This is probably the best deck you can buy. As I said, very elegant look, nice finish, nice stock. Durability is great. They hold together. They're good for Magic, flourishing, card throwing. Anything you can think of that you do with a deck of cards, you can use these cards for them. 10 out of 10. Buy them right now.